Hello everyone, welcome and thank you very much. I have just reached 10,000 subscribers. Thank you very much. And for this video, I want to make something special. So this is a really highly requested tutorial, car modeling tutorial. I will model this front side of the car. I will show you how to set up these blueprints. Also, I will show you how to set up these splines. After that, finally, I will create these, let me see, 3 meshes. So let's start. When you model a car, one of the most important thing is the blueprint. So first let's import that. Go to top view, press Shift and V, go to back, then select the image plane. So since this is a top view, I will use that part of the car. So I need to rotate it so it will face in the Z direction. Let's make it minus 90 degrees. After that, I will offset my X. So it's gonna be right in the center of that Z axis. You need to be very careful at this stage, so you can watch the grids for that. Alright, that looks good. Now I am copy that path, Ctrl C. Then I'm gonna go to front view. Then paste it over right here. This time I will center the front side of the car. This time I am gonna watch for the X axis. Alright, now I am gonna offset my Y so that the wheels will sit on the floor or the Y axis. Now let's go to right view, paste that same image plane. This time I will use that side of the car. In reality it is the left side, but I am using right side, so let's make the wheels sit on the Z axis on the floor. Alright, let's increase the transparency so you can see better. Now I will make the final adjustments for the image planes. To do that, I'm gonna use a cube, make it editable, select these points, move them to the end of the car. Same for these points too. After that, I will switch to right view and watch the points if they match the car or not. And as you can see, they don't match. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna go to viewport settings, Shift and V, then change my X offset until they match. Let's see the backside and we get a perfect match. Let's do the same thing for the front view. I will set these points here at the level of the wheels, then these points to the very top. Then I'm gonna check them in the right view to see. And it looks like this time we get a perfect match. Now we can move on and delete that cube. By the way, you can do these adjustments in Photoshop, but I prefer to do that in Cinema 4D. It's much more flexible and I can change them later. So anyway, now the second most important thing is to create splines in car modeling. You will get perfect smoothness. Let's start from the front view. I will create a spline, select spline pen and make it linear. Start from the center, then create that shape. Now I am going to select them all, go to top view. Then move them based on the image plane. And the last one, go to right view. Also, let's set that point's position to 0 in the vert coordinates, because I will create a null. Since that the null will be in the 0 in the vert coordinates, I can put that spline in that null. Also put that null into a symmetry object. Press Alt and select symmetry. I will use these splines for polygon snapping, so it's very important to match them correctly. Let's chamfer that point. Also, let's chamfer that too. Then we can place them back. Let's also check the top view. Then let's create that spline. Go to top view. Let's switch back to right view. This time I want to extrude that point. So the first thing I need to do, reverse this point's order, because I can extrude the white point just like that, by pressing Ctrl. To do that, let's select this last point, point order, and reverse sequence. Now I'm gonna press Ctrl and extrude that point. Now let's create another spline. This time I'm gonna select circle, scale that. I will make it editable. Also turn off close spline. Now I can rotate it. After that, I'm gonna select that point, place it here, rotate, then scale. Same for that one too. Now I'm gonna select all, right click, then create outline. This is kind of extrude. So now I will select them all. Go to top view, move them here. Then I need to check them from the front view. And I need to move these like that. Maybe we can do a little rotation. But first I'm gonna change my orientation to world. Also, let's put these two splines into that null symmetry group. Now I want to show you a very important thing with splines. It is spline snapping, so enable snapping. Also, let's enable spline snap. So this way it's gonna be really easy. For example, let's create a new spline, select spline pen and click here. It's gonna automatically snap. But before that, I almost forgot, enable 3D snapping. So let's click here, then let's click right here. So this way I don't need to go to every view and move them one by one. Now let's make a cut. Let's right click, select line cut, cut here, then move. After that, let's go to top view and move it right here. Let's create a new one. Click here, after here, then let's switch to right view, make a new cut, then move that point to here, and this one to here. Then let's make a chamfer. Also, let's not forget to put them in that symmetry group. Another one right here. I guess I have shown you everything about the spline placement. Now I will do that for the every sharp edge or the outline for the car. Then I will come back. So I have finished these splines. I got 32 of them. So now I can switch to poly modeling. To do that, go to mesh, select polygon pen. Don't change anything, but make sure that you enable 3D snapping, vertex snap, and spline snap. Also, I will turn off symmetry, so I don't accidentally select the other side of the spline for snapping. Let's create our first polygon. Then I'm gonna press Ctrl and extrude that edge. Then snap them. Let's continue the extrude. Press Ctrl, extrude, then snap the points to the spline. Another one. I think I will need another loop cut right here to get that curve. To do that, just click on the point of the mesh and make a cut. Then place these points right on the splines with the snapping tool. Let's continue the extrude. Press Ctrl, extrude. I'm gonna move that point right here, then make a new extrude. Also, let's make a new cut here. After that, I will extrude that edge. Also, I will need new cuts, so make these, then snap them on the spline. Let's continue to extrude, press Ctrl, snap these, another one. Another one here. Let's close that polygon. Also here. Now I am gonna create these edge cuts. I need to weld these points, which I have 3. Right click, select weld, if I can find. Yes, here. Also that one. Now let's switch here. Click on the splines, create a new polygon. After that, extrude that edge, another one. One more time. Then I am gonna close here. So I will need a new cut. I'm gonna make it right here. Now I am gonna press Ctrl, then click on that edge, which is gonna dissolve that. Let's continue the extrude. One more time. So I will need another cut right here to connect these edges. Let's make that, then connect these. Also, don't forget to snap these points. I will make another extrude here. After that, I'm gonna make that cut so that I can move that point. I'm gonna switch back to polygon pen tool. And you extrude. And I'm gonna move that point here so I can easily bridge these edges. Also, let's make these bevels. Alright, let's close here, another extrude. After that, one more time. So sometimes you may need to turn off snap. Also, let's go back to polygon pen and move that point here, turn on snap. And let's move these ones. So now I'm going to turn off symmetry object, symmetry of the splines, put that polygon into a symmetry object. Before doing that, I'm going to select these center points, set their X position and size to 0. So I can use symmetry. But before that, let's check the center axis if it is in the 0 in the world. Go to model mode. Check the X, Y, and Z. Yes. So I can easily use symmetry. Press Alt, select symmetry. Also, let's put a subdivision surface over the symmetry. Press Alt, select subdivision surface. Also, let's enable these options, which are gonna delete center polygons when I extrude. Let me show you quickly that. Select all the polygons, right click, select extrude, turn on caps. Then extrude. After the extrusion, I'm gonna delete the polygons. So the symmetry automatically deleted polygons in the center. If I turn off the symmetry, you can see that. So let's first move these points. Alright, now let's start adding our supporting edges. Let's turn on subdivision surface, right click, select loop pad cut, and put that right over here. Another one here. Also these ones. And here. So now I will need these edges to make this shape sharper. But that made all these edges very closer. So I need to move them away from each other. So let's select that edge, press Ctrl Shift, then select the last one. Right click, select slide. Same for these ones too. That should fix that. Also, I need a hole right here. So let's select them, press Ctrl, extrude, delete. Let's select the loop cut one more time, enable subdivision surface, and add these cuts. So let's cut here too. Also, I'm gonna make a cut right in between these edges and another one here. Then I'm gonna switch to slide tool, press Ctrl and merge these points, slide them to each other. After that, I won't need these edges, so double click on them, right click, dissolve. Also, let's add another loop cut to the inside. Another one here. Also here and here. Let's check the mesh, press Q. I think I will need another loop cut here according to the shape of the car. But I will slide these ones slightly. Maybe we can move them on the X or Z. So after these new loops, I need to move these edges because they are too close, which will make the shape sharper. So let's move these. Also, let's not forget these cuts. I will make the subdivision surfaces subdivision to 3 because this is what we are going to render, which will give us a better result. So let's check the mesh. I'm going to switch my display to normal shading. You can press N and A, or you can select from here. Let's move some of the points to mesh the image. First one, these ones. I think other than that, we are good to go. Now let's turn on the splines. So first thing I see that we need to move these points. So now I will select these edges. Got the top view, press Ctrl, extrude. But I need to split these new polygons. So select them, right click, split, go back to original one, delete new polygons. Also, I am gonna make these one group, so the symmetry will work. Let's go back to polygon pen tool, enable snap, and move these points. Now I'm gonna select all the polygons, right click, select extrude, make sure that the create caps is on, make a slight extrude, then move these new polygons down and scale them to 0. Also, let's create these loop cuts. Alright, now we can move these inner parts. I have finished the inside part with the same techniques. Let's check the model. Turn off the splines. Yeah, we got a really good result. But I will stop here. If you want to continue, you can add these splines for every part of the car. Then you can continue to modeling. So thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you in the next tutorials. Bye.